I'm Qing Zishan. In this video, I will explain our peer assignment Diffusion of Innovation Theory with my team members. We divide this video into 7 categories, which are introduction, history, origin and background, important notions, concepts, and argument, critics, future development, conclusions. Everett M. Rogers' foundational study on the diffusion of innovations was originally published in 1962. Everett M. Rogers' Diffusion of Innovation Theory, a cornerstone of diffusion research, proposes that innovation reduces uncertainty by more knowledge, defining it as a novel idea or behavior by an adopter. Diffusion is a communication process where an invention, such as a product, technology, behavior, practice, process, concept, or memory, travels through social systems over time. Diffusion is a complex, gradual process requiring multiple actions, with innovation being the key component. Innovation can separate two prospective adopters, encompassing anything received as new by the adopters. Speaking of its history, the Diffusion of Innovation Theory first appeared in Rogers' book Diffusion of Innovations, published in 1962. Communication research has a long history, dating back more than 200 years. In the 18th century, French jurists and sociologists proposed ideas such as the law of imitation and massacre of communication. American cultural anthropologist Cooper and German political philosopher Zeman studied how inventions separate and how they were influenced by culture. In the 1940s, rural psychologists Ryan and Gross conducted pioneering diffusion research, observing the separate of hyperconscience. By the late 1960s, diffusion research began to cover other fields such as public health, education, and communication. In their 1960 study on medical discoveries, Coleman, Katz, and Meso emphasized the importance of interpersonal influence in social networks. Rogers' Diffusion of Innovation described diffusion as a communication process and theory of innovation diffusion as a communication theory, such revolutionizing interdisciplinary diffusion research. The innovation diffusion theory proposed by Rogers has been widely used in various fields. Although Rogers died in 2004, his contributions to communication study live on, and his work has become the most cited theory in communication and social science. Regarding the development of this theory, the diffusion of innovation theory suggests that early adopters of innovations, often educated, social, affluent, and empathetic, are better suited for promoting innovation. After publishing his seminal work, Diffusion of Innovations, in 1962, Rogers revised and expanded the theory of the diffusion of innovation in subsequent editions, with new editions published in 1971, 1983, 1995, and 2003, when the first edition of the Diffusion of Innovation was published in 1962. The discipline of communication was still young. Research on the diffusion of technological innovation began in the 1970s, and early communication research focused on news communication. In 1971, Rogers and Shoemaker struggled to create a comprehensive and universal list in the first drive of their book, Diffusion. In the most recent edition, Rogers encouraged communication scholars to conceive of a more comprehensive understanding of the communication process. The most comprehensive update of the recent developments in idea of innovation can be found in the 2011 edited book, The Diffusion of Innovation, Communication Science Perspective, edited by Boschwana and Barnett. This book provides the most comprehensive update of the recent developments in theory. An interesting area of focus in new media research is the generation of convex curves, which show how interpersonal channels affect the communication process. In 2011, Derry and Meyer made additional contributions, emphasizing the importance of active adopter activity in the diffusion process. Also, in 2000 to 2010, scholars began to integrate innovation diffusion theory with form work such as the technology acceptance model and the unveiled theory of technology acceptance and use. This integration revealed how technology is used in a range of settings such as marketing, education, and healthcare. Now that social media and digital platforms have developed, the theory is still evolving and changing how innovations be. Today, researchers focus on big data, social network, and analysis, and how digital influencers influence communication.
Hi, my name is Chen Yishen. So now I mainly talk about the important notions, concepts, and argument of the innovation diffusion theory. The process of innovation diffusion theory can be represented by the S-curve. The process of innovation diffusion and its different influencing factors were studied, and the basic laws of innovation diffusion in social settings were summarized. First of social setting consisted of 5 groups: laggards, many early adopters, innovators, early adopters, and many late adopters. Rogers' S-curve hypothesis of the diffusion of innovations was designed to quickly show that widespread adoption of novel and controversial ideas is unrealistic. To improve the accuracy of target group estimates, accuracy categories, and adoption percentages can be combined during the communication stage.
However, this theory has also been criticized by different groups. The diffusion of innovation hypothesis, a paradigm for promoting innovation, has been criticized for its limited applicability to a wider range of technology and its negative attitude towards cutting-edge technology. Critics argue that the model is mathematically deterministic and simplistic. Ahamson suggests a more comprehensive theory of innovation diffusion and exclusion. Other criticisms include knowledge gaps, individual responsibility biases, and pro-innovation biases. The prevalence approach to technology diffusion suggests that innovations separate like infectious disease, but critics argue it overlooks performance. Demographic uniformity and individual adoption persist. Broad theory suggests adoption rates are influenced by diffusion, institution, innovation, continuity, and individual characteristics. Critics argue that this approach is overly rational and insufficient for complex organizational innovations or uncertain situations. Diffusion of innovation theory provides a framework for public health programs, but has firm-like deep innovation bias and overlooks systemic factors affecting adoption. Researchers are expected to expand this theory, apply it to emerging contexts, and develop robust methodologies. They can investigate hybrid technologies, multidimensional developments, and adopt new habits using large data, quasi-experimental research, and qualitative methodologies.
The future development of innovation diffusion theory is both innovative and has certain limitations. Methodologically, most diffusion studies employ survey techniques, collect information only from users, and focus on one innovation at a time, which may limit the impact of the body of knowledge on innovation, adoption, and diffusion on the standards approach. Additionally, quasi-experimental studies conducted in natural environments can be conducted through diffusion studies. Using this method, diffusion studies go beyond correlational studies, allowing researchers to create a timeline to determine cause and effect. Finally, qualitative methods can be used as stand-alone studies or simply incorporated into quasi-experimental studies. They need to collect data through independent interviews, notebooks, or diaries, and digitally recorded discussions between informants. Because qualitative methods are open-ended, new factors, variables, and explanations are possible, preferably those not to appear in the literature. In other words, qualitative methods have the potential to inspire new avenues of inquiry for diffusion research in the 21st century. In summary, the communication research innovation diffusion theory has played an important role in the development of communication research. This report first introduces the history, origin, and background of innovation diffusion theory, and then discusses the current development status of innovation diffusion theory and the important concepts and assumptions contained in the theory, providing a reference for research on innovation diffusion theory. Therefore, when applying innovation diffusion theory, it should be combined with the current specific development situation, while paying attention to the current criticisms and limitations of future development, which is conducive to the potential development of innovation diffusion theory, making more innovative breakthroughs in the future will also be conducive to the dissemination and research of innovative results and achieve better development.
Thank you for listening. If you are interested in my content, please follow my channel.